video, we will be doing Kerberos authentication. Kerberos is an authenticating mechanism. Once authenticated to the Kerberos server, a client is issued a token. This token can be used to authenticate the client to the Kerberized services such as SSH. In this way, we can log in into the Kerberos server once and use the token for passwordless login. In practice, this means when using SSH to remotely manage many servers, I can log in once a day to the KDC and use the token to authenticate to all other servers without the need of further passwords. By default, a token lasts 24 hours but is adjustable. To install software on KDC, we will use the command yum install Kerberos 5 server and Kerberos 5 workstation. And for authentication, we will use PAM Kerberos 5. The installation will take few moments. Provide Y to give it permission to download the packages. The installation has been completed. Now we will edit the server configuration file. We'll go to the path cd var Kerberos krb5 kdc. We have two files to edit, that is ACL file and conf file. We will edit the conf file. Conf file is the server configuration. The ACL is, ACL. The ACL grants all permission to anyone with the domain role. In each file, we need to change the Kerberos realm. We will go to the ACL file. Here, in place of example.com, we will place it with hyderabad.cdac.in. We will give it into the caps. Next, we will configure the kdc.conf file. Here we will change the realm. In place of example.com, we will place it with hyderabad.cdac.in. We will save the file. Now we will edit the client configuration. The server that we are using as the KDC will also be a Kerberos client, allowing user to authenticate via Kerberos to service that is host. For this, we edit the file at etc krb5.conf. We'll edit this file. Here we will uncomment the realms and place example.com. We will replace it with hyderabad.cdac.in. We will uncomment the realms section. Here we will provide the username we have created along with the realm name. And the admin server name. Similarly, we will uncomment the domain realm and replace it with hyderabad.cdac.in. We can save the file after editing it. Now we will be creating the KDC database. When creating the KDC database, you will be prompted to set a secure password to the database key. When you run the following commands such as kdb 5 util create hyderabad.cdac.in. Here enter the KDC database master key and also remember it for further use. KDC database master key is very important. Now we will start and enable the Kerberos. We will check this file once at var Kerberos KRB-KDC. If we do ls here, We needed to create the database inside this folder. As we have created it already, it shows that the file exists. So no issue, we will move forward. We will see when we do ls, we have the principal files. Now we will start and enable Kerberos. Systemctl start Kerberos by the command start krb5kdc kadmin, and similarly we will enable it. It has been enabled successfully. Now we will create principals. Objects in the KDC database are known as principals and can be users or host. We will assign root admin rights, and our standard user CDAC will be added in as a user so that they can use Kerberized services. We'll start with kadmin.local. It has authenticated as principal with password which we have provided. Now we will add the principal, that is user CDAC. It will ask us for the password for this principal and re-enter the password. Here we will list the principals we have created. Here we can see that our CDAC principal has been created and it is showing us in the list. We will now add in the host kdc1.hyderabad.cdac.in so that it may host Kerberized services. We must add principals for each user. Our host has been added successfully. Now we will add it by kt add and the realm name. We can see that the principals has been generated and encrypted with different algorithms. Type quit to come out of it. Now we will be configuring the SSH client. On Kerberos client server, we need to edit the SSH client file to allow the clients by default to use the Kerberos authentication. To do so, we will edit the file with nano editor at etc sshconf. In this file, we will uncomment the two fields, that is GSS API authentication and GSS API delegate credentials, and turn its value to yes. We will save the file Now we will allow Kerberos authentication to the server. We will reload SSHD service. It has been reloaded successfully. Now we will go to the user in our VM. To connect to the KDC and authenticate it to receive a token, we will execute the command kinit. We'll give the password which we have given while creating it in database. Now the KList will list out your token. Here we can see that the token gives us the default principal, its validity and starting time, expiring date and time, and the server principal. Now we will be able to authenticate using Kerberos to SSH server. We will SSH the Kerberos server. Here I have given the wrong name. Let me correct it. You have to accept the public key if this is the first connection, but you will not be prompted for a password. Hence we are in this server successfully. We will exit it. And try connecting again. Here we haven't been asked for the password and we can directly log in into it. In this way, we have successfully implemented Kerberos authentication.